What's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the graphic novel Dark Knight Returns, The Last Crusade. Now this is a prequel to the Dark Knight Returns series, which was created by Frank Miller, and he is also the author of this particular graphic novel too as well. Now this story details like the last adventure with Batman and Robin before Batman has to retire, So it actually is detailing his last adventure and what he went through and so on. So it does make for like a good read and an interesting story too as well. Plus the artwork in this book was very good. I thought he did a good job on the artwork. The story was excellent too as well, the dialogue was good. Now there are some like loose ends in the story too as well. Like I guess some of the stuff dealing with like poison ivy, I thought that was kind of, off and kind of confusing, and they didn't really need it, but I think they just added it to make the story much longer. But overall, I thought this was a pretty decent book. Now the story opens with the Joker being returned to Arkham Asylum after a conflict involving like a stock exchange, I believe, with like Batman and Robin. They managed to stop him, so he has been returned back to Arkham Asylum. But then as the story goes on, you get to see like little incidents of like Batman or Bruce Wayne himself being like, he feels like he's getting old, like, he's like, his muscles are sore, he's injured, very easily and so on. Because he actually has like a battle with like these Joker gang members. Because actually once the Joker is locked up in Arkham, him and Robin, they have to actually pursue like the rest of like the Joker's like gang, so he actually So Batman and Robin must go on the hunt for the rest of like Joker's like men basically, and that's when he finds out that he's getting like older, like when he gets hit, he gets like hurt more quickly and so on. So he believes that he is aging, and he also believes that he actually has to retire from fighting crime, and maybe let Robin take over. And Robin in this story is Jason Todd too as well, so it's kind of connected to like the actual like overall DC universe, but this is still like considered, I guess you could say, an Elseworld tale, So he actually, Bruce Wayne himself, he actually tells Selina, because she's also retired from being Catwoman. He actually mentions to her that he thinks he's getting old, he's aging, that he needs to retire from fighting crime. So I think that is like a good, like a plot point for the story, and that is kind of what the bulk of the story is about. But it is like another story in here that really is the true thing about what the story itself is about, dealing with like poison ivy and like these killing sprees and so on, but I'm not going to really touch on that too much. Plus there's also like a connection with like Killer Croc too as well, and he has like an involvement in the story too as well, but I'm not going to spoil it, Like how it stays true to like the mythos of like the story itself, like Robin himself, for instance, like Jason Todd, how he's like reckless, and everything. He's quick to jump to the point, he's like very violent, he's almost willing to kill like the criminals, at some points, and Batman has to tell me like, no, Jason, don't do that, just how it was, like a death in the family storyline, where Jason Todd himself was kind of like, very like reckless and so on, you saw how he was. He's just like that in this book, so I think that's kind of cool, Plus the idea of like Batman or Bruce Wayne himself getting like older and aging, I think that's an interesting concept too as well. Now the other characters that make appearances in here, you have like Poison Ivy, Killer Croc, Alfred, they show up and make appearances too as well, Like Alfred kind of has like a big role, he's just there to help Bruce Wayne, when he's like healing and he's hurting and so on, And Bruce Wayne is even telling him that he believes he's getting old, he shouldn't be fighting the crime anymore. But overall, this was, I thought the story itself was solid and entertaining. I enjoyed it, more than I thought it was. Now, it's a rather short story, too, as well. I think it's only like 64 pages. Now, this particular version I have was the deluxe edition, as you can see, which has the Joker on the cover of it. So it has like images on the back, too, as well. But I thought it was like very fast paced, The artwork was like superb, and like the writing by Frank Miller and so on, I thought was pretty good. But the artwork itself, I thought was excellent. I think it was by John Romita Jr. I think that's the one who did. Yeah, he actually drew it, I think. And then you have Peter Seigerwald. I think that's like Seigerwald who did the actual, I think, coloring for it. They did a good job, and the artwork is like real good in this book, But overall, like I said, I thought this was a good read, And it does kind of fit into like the Dark Knight Returns like universe, But it does still seem at times like it was really no need for this story, Like they didn't really have to do this, But it is kind of cool to see what happened before the Dark Knight Returns, the actual graphic novel, that story, But I'm giving this story, The Dark Knight Returns, The Last Crusade, I kind of want to give it a B, but I'm going to go ahead and just give it a B minus, because there's all certain like weak elements in it, which kind of keeps it from being real good, So I'm going to give this a B minus, and I would highly recommend this for like fans of like the Dark Knight Returns like story, So yeah, please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.